covalent bond is formed of two electrons. For example, इस पे ये डबल बॉन्ड सी पे ये जो बॉन्ड है, दिस बॉन्ड इज फॉर्म्ड एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस कार्बन शेयरिंग वन इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड दिस कार्बन शेयरिंग वन इलेक्ट्रॉन. नाउ व्हेन दिस बॉन्ड ब्रेक्स व्हाट हैपन्स? अगर मैं इसको ऐसे शिफ्ट कर रही हूँ तो क्या होता है, इस पे माइनस चार्ज आएगा, इस पे प्लस चार्ज आएगा. तो व्हाट डज दिस मीन? नाउ द टू electrons which participated in bonding here, the electron which this carbon atom was sharing was completely taken by this carbon. So वो electron की वजह से इधर माइनस है, इधर प्लस है, क्योंकि this carbon lost that electron which it used to form covalent bond with this carbon. This carbon got a plus charge and this carbon got a minus charge. Okay. So when a bond breaks, this is what happens. One will get a plus charge and one will get a minus charge. And these electrons are coming from this bond, because this bond was originally formed with two electrons. Okay. So this carbon has an electron in excess and this carbon lost an electron. This is the case. So now let me take benzene. So when I show that this is called an electrophilic addition reaction, so benzene is said to have electron density. What's the reason for that? That's because these double bonds, like each of these double bonds have two electrons each, right? Each of these double bonds have two electrons each, and these electrons provide a electron density in the top and bottom of the benzene molecule. And when they see an electrophile, like something which needs an electron, this double bond is susceptible to breakage and it will donate an electron to this electrophile. So what happens here is, so we do know that when this double bond shifts, what happens? One carbon will get a plus charge and one carbon will get a minus charge. So the carbon which gains electron gives that electron to this chlorine. So if chlorine gets attached here, then this carbon should have a positive charge on it. What's the reason? Because the electron, this double bond broke up into two parts. This carbon got a minus charge and this carbon got a plus charge. And the extra electron this carbon gained, it gave it to this electrophile Cl+. So this is what we got as a result of that. And now when this double bond shifts this way, what do we get? So when this double bond shifts this way, this carbon will get an extra electron. It will get a minus, right? This will get a minus and here there will be a plus. And these two carbons can undergo bonding because this has a extra electron and this has a one less electron. If this shares this electron with this, then this happens. So in textbooks they tend to omit this step. They just show that this went on like this and then the double bond gets formed directly. So what happens is this double bond breaks and this carbon gains the extra electron and then this carbon shares this electron with this carbon and thereby a double bond gets formed, and this is the case. And now again this bond shifts like this. So it's this, I'm rounding this step because this step is not generally in textbooks. This is just for your reference. So what happens here? Plus, this gets a minus. Why does this get a minus? Because this is shifting towards this carbon, right? So that's why this carbon gains an electron. So this gets a minus and this gets a plus. And again, this is this is not mentioned in textbooks. This plus and this minus form a double bond. This carbon shares its electron with this carbon. Okay, so this is how the addition takes place. What happened is there was electron density on benzene ring because of these double bonds. So this bond shifted this side, like this bond broke, and one carbon got a positive charge and one carbon got an extra electron. And this carbon, like this has no gap in between. As soon as this carbon gets an electron, it attacks Cl plus. As soon as this carbon gets electron, it attacks Cl plus. We can say that it's due to the presence of Cl plus that this bond actually split. Like for everything that happens, there should be a reason, right? The reason this bond is actually breaking is because of the Cl plus. Because of the presence of Cl plus, this carbon wanted to give an electron to Cl plus. Because this carbon wanted to give an electron to Cl plus, this bond broke. Like this is what started the chain of reaction. So that's why this bond broke and Cl got attached here. Cl will get attached to the minus part, right? Because minus part is what had electron and gave it to the Cl in the first place. So that's why we have plus here. And then this double bond breaks in order to fill this deficiency here. So that's why this double bond breaks like this, and here the positive charge gets carried here. So what's happening here is, because this is in deficiency of electron, this double bond donates an electron here. Okay, and then this carbon in turn gets the deficiency. And again, because this carbon is in need of an electron, this bond splits and this bond donates electron here, and then again this carbon comes in need of a deficiency. So this is what's happening in electrophilic addition of Cl plus on benzene.